Hi, I'm Richard.
I'm Margot.
And this is week 4 of Charleston Kicking It Old School at Wednesday Night Hop, March 2015. All right, so this week we closed off our series on Charleston. We taught some variations on 30 style that we had covered some before, and we built on that, and we talked a little bit about transitions back and forth between 20s and 30s, and did some really fun stuff.
And we also did hacksaws.
Hacksaws, yes. We ended it with hacksaws. Great way to end the Charleston series.
Yeah.
So the first one that we did was a variation that was similar to the Stomp on 5 that we did in week 2, which has same rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4, twist behind and tap. And the way that we talked about leading this was leads was hinging at the hip, so that you have this out and in and down back, so that you bring your follow and your arm towards yourself, twist in, do that tap, and then come back.
Follows one of the things that we're hoping to feel as a follow in this move is that little bit of rotation apart in the beginning and then towards each other in the end. That kind of cues us that we're going to be moving in a rotational direction as opposed to stepping straight through.
Then after we worked on that variation for a while, we mixed up some variations and did things from
Actually, let's show the tap from the back real quick first, too.
Yeah, let's go from the back. 1, 2, basic, 5, 6, 7, and twist, and tap, step. Yeah, okay. Then we talked about transitions from 30 style to 20s, 20s and back. And we talked about this move sometimes called the yo-yo, which you can be a move all by itself or it can be used as a transition. And it has the same kind of out and then twist back in sort of shape where we are bringing our follow, but instead of both of us twisting towards the middle, I'm bringing the follow towards me into the familiar 20 style position that we did in week 1, where we have this kind of closed position on the upright hand. So leads, I am taking this right hand on the rock step and bringing my follow across towards my hand. I raise my hand so that she can meet it. My follower. So 1, 2, 3, 4, tap and step, tap and step, tap and step, tap and step. And then from the back, we have this 1, 2, 3, 4, tap and step, tap and step.
So follows, our footwork is still the same tap step idea. What's changing is that as my momentum is moving forward and then away from Richard as I'm coming towards him, I want to make sure that my weight continues in the direction that I was moving, which means my tap is to the back instead of to the front where I might normally be with my left foot. The other indicator that that's not going to happen is because Richard's still moving towards me and his right foot is under my body, which means there's no place for me to put my left foot in front. So from the side, when we do that transition, I'm still moving back. So I put my foot down behind me and back as opposed to going forward. Okay?
So we also talked about from the 20 style transitioning back into 30s. So you have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and it was the second half of the same movement. So we have this 1, 3, and tap, twist to the side, and back into 30 style. From the front, that looks like this. So you got the tap, step, and tap, twist to the side, and back together. And then from the back, we have
back for leads.
1, 2, 3, 4, twist, and back into basic. We also talked about how you can put any number of these basics in between that you want, or you can do none. You can do a 30 style straight into a yo-yo, out to 20s and back immediately, and forward and back and straight back. Or you can do it from 20 style into 20 style and back. So tap, step, forward, twist to the side, and back to 20s. Yep.
One of the things that we pointed out for the leads is the importance of not using your follow spine as a handle. We want to make sure that we keep our hand on the follow's back nice and relaxed, and when we move our arm and our body to open up, we want to maintain that relaxed hand position and not grab the spine and pull the follow over to the side. Really important.
So we mixed all that together. We did different numbers of basics and the different numbers of basics of each type in between.
Had a lot of practice changing things up based on the lead's interests. We also talked about some ways to throw variations in that we worked on your own dancing. So for example, if our lead is dancing some regular 30 style Charleston, I can decide to add in a twist of my own.
And then the lead can follow it if he likes, call and response.
Or the lead can decide to do a stomp without leading the follow. Or I can join the second time. If I accidentally miss it the first time, I'll come with. Yeah, so it's a way to add a little bit of your own styling into an otherwise basic, straightforward move.
And then we moved on and we did a really fun move called the hacksaw.
Yay!
The hacksaw comes out of 20s. Can do it in 30 style, but mostly it comes out of 20s. So we're in this kind of hand-to-hand position, and we do a hacksaw where we have this energy is 2 liters right, and then switching overweight onto the left. The way we make this happen is in this 20 style, we start out in an upright position, tap, step, and then we drift it away. We sent our follower back so that we get into this handhold position and then go right into the hacksaw, 3, 5, and fluff the doona.
We talked about fluffing the doona to change directions on 7.
5. And then using the same sort of motion to get back out of it, where we stay upright and go right back into 20 style and then drift back into closed, 5, 7.
We also talked about the importance of making sure that whenever we're doing these partnered moves and we're only on one foot, we want to make sure that our weight is distributed over our own foot and that we are not relying on our partner to keep us balanced, because that will pull your partnership over and hurt. So make sure that when you're doing your hacksaws, your weight is all the way over your own leg on each side, and that you are pitching your body as necessary to make that happen.
That was it for Kicking It Old School Wednesday Night Hop. I'm Richard.
I'm Margot.
We had a great time teaching you. Hope to see you on the dance floor.